Peace, people. I know y'all know I had to give SaNeter a respond to this foolish shit he's doing. This video that he put out. First and foremost, I think he think I'm stupid. I really think he think that I'm stupid. You put out a video and you basically collaborating everything that I said except the part that you set me up. You saying everything happened, which means I'm telling the truth. But then at the same time, you got nerve to be in your video trying to clear Bam now, saying that I'm lying on you. So Bam gotta be innocent after all the evidence that came out and after you started calling the man a pedophile yourself. Damn, you exposing the snake in you. But you know the crazy part about it is though? The people been seeing through you. Your numbers is dropping like crazy. The people see through you, sir. They see the devil in you. It's sad because I met up with you and almost lost my life. You labeled entitled your video was Poppy set up or was SaNeter set up? How dare you spit in my face or try to spit in my face? Actually, you spit in the wind and it came back to smack you dead in your face because the same video that you put up, the smart people that watch you, sir, the smart people that watch me is going to dissect every bit and every piece of what you're saying. And they're going to see that you're a liar. You basically said all of this happened. It is the truth, but I'm a liar at the same time. It can't be true, but I'm a liar. It can't. I almost lost my life meeting with you. And if you thought that this situation was just going to go away, you a fool. You don't set a man up to be killed. To be killed. You don't set a man up to be killed and think that I'm ever going to forget that. Ever going to forget that. You are lucky that I'm addressing this the way that I'm addressing it through social media and allowing my story to be told instead of letting revenge be a dish that's eaten best coldly. So cold. I could have addressed you another way. I didn't. I wanted answers. As a man, as my elder, somebody that I respected, somebody that I looked up to, somebody that I actually would have loved to actually been a part of SaNeter's movement. I looked up to SaNeter. I didn't want to fight SaNeter. I didn't want to beef with SaNeter. I didn't want to be killed or set up because I exposed a pedophile. I went to SaNeter for help, not to be murdered. I went to SaNeter for help, not to be murdered. You almost cost me my life. And now I say for a fact, yes, it was you. It may be Immortal Technique too, I don't know. Put yourself in my shoes, people. Immortal Technique is a rapper, an old school underground rapper that I have the highest respect for. Maybe he was in on it. I don't know. I have a great deal of respect for that man. I got shitted on going to meet with Immortal Technique. I got shitted on with KRS-One. My idols, my heroes. All because of what? I exposed the pedophile. I want y'all to feel my pain. People sitting up there saying, oh, he want attention. Yes, you motherfucking right, I want attention. I want so much attention to everybody is focusing and zooming in on this so another child don't ever be molested again. 1 out of 3 children are being molested every single day. Those are the girls. The boys is not told, yes, I want attention. You are absolutely right. The slick people in the comments, I want all of y'all attention, all of the attention of the people who care, who's willing to fight this fight and make sure their child is never molested. Make sure their nieces and nephews are never molested. Make sure their grandchildren are never molested. Now back to you, SaNeter. As somebody that was supposed to be my mentor, somebody that I looked up to, my life was in your hands. I was supposed to be protected, not assassinated. As somebody that came to meet you, we were supposed to be sitting down at a restaurant, SaNeter. You said this is all true. You collaborated everything that I said except the fact that you set me up. Why? Questions I want you to ask SaNeter, people. First question. If me, you, and Immortal Technique was supposed to be in a restaurant having lunch together, why did Immortal Technique have two goons with him that I never mentioned, and I never noticed those goons was there with Immortal Technique until the end of our meeting when I walked into a trap with Tafiq. See, here's my theory, people. I'm gonna give you my theory. I think that I was supposed to be murdered. I think the only reason why it didn't go down, for one, I had my lifesaver with me. I had my flashlight. I was on point. For two, it still could have happened, but it was police on every corner, and they wasn't letting up. The whole time I was talking to Immortal Technique, there was a police car sitting on the opposite side of the street. And while I noticed them sitting on the opposite side of the street, because I was supposed to notice them, just like I know he noticed them, he was gripped up. He was right. I can tell by how he wore his belt. When you're a street dude, you can read body language. A street dude, just like a cop, could tell when somebody got a gun on him. So I can tell, but you know what? He's a celebrity. I expect him to be gripped up to protect himself. But why we didn't never make it to that restaurant? All right, scratch that. We can throw that to the side, but y'all can ask him that question. Why was Immortal Technique there with two goons? Why we never made it to the restaurant? How did my enemy know that I was going to be there? How did I actually walk dead directly into my enemies on the opposite side of the street, watching the whole thing, just watching? See, it's one thing. It could be a coincidence for a man to be walking down the street, just so happen to be in Harlem. But the same dude that was there, who I was set up by, told me out of his mouth, SaNeter set you up. Don't blame me. SaNeter did this. So whoever was supposed to move on me out of all of those dudes that was out there, he made it clear. Don't get mad at me. Don't blame me. Blame SaNeter. I mean SaSnake was the words that came out of his mouth. This man said you did it. Now, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he blamed you because he wanted to divide and conquer between the two of us, and maybe Immortal Technique or Red Pill did that. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. SaNeter never came to me and said, you know what? One of these other two niggas definitely did this, because there's no reason why that man should have been here. What he's doing is deflecting. Oh, Poppy's a liar. You collaborate in my story, but calling me a liar at the same time. SaNeter, do you think the people are dumb? Do you not realize that they see what you're doing? Everybody's not going with your bullshit. Everybody's not stupid. It's sad, SaNeter, because sitting back and watching you play this innocent role, look at your views. Look how your views is dying. You snake polite, snaked them. You snake young Pharaoh. You snake Red Pill. Then when you started dealing with Red Pill again, you get on your own show and talk about how he was fucked up. He didn't have no money in his pocket, and he had to come back to you, and you had to give him $100. Like, who does that to their man? You basically called him a begging bum. Oh yeah, I saw that. I be watching, and everybody else too. You snake everybody around you. Everybody who's ever dealt with you, Umar Johnson, everybody. I think Tazariak is probably the only one that you ain't snake, because you probably know Tazariak probably would slap you backwards. So Tazariak probably would be the only one that you didn't snake. You snake everybody around you. And I guess it was my turn. I came to you and put my trust in you as a big brother, as a mentor, and almost lost my life. And I want the people to understand that. I want the people to know who they dealing with. You almost cost me my life. I got children. I have children to be a father to. Not only do I have children to be a father to, but anybody that's been watching me for the last 2 years know that I pretty much carry the burden of everybody who's ever been molested. I deal with so many people. I mentor so many people. I help ease the pain of so many people. I am the Malcolm X of what I'm doing. And you are the Shaitan of what you're doing. All you do is bring chaos, SaNeter. All you do is bring chaos, SaNeter. You had the opportunity on that phone conversation with me and you. to say, brother, you know what? As a man, I apologize. I don't fully understand what went down that day, but your life was in my hands. And as me, being somebody that you came to visit, I slipped up. I apologize. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was coincidental, or I don't know if you were set up by one of these other two dudes, but I apologize. As a man, that's exactly what you were supposed to do. But instead, you making videos talking about, I'm a liar. Even though I'm telling the truth, I'm lying at the same time. A real man would have said, this is just a misunderstanding, and I apologize to you as a man. You didn't do that. What you do, you're doing what a snake does. And you know the crazy part about it is, SaNeter, I know that your wife knows that you're a liar. I know your wife is looking at you sideways like you a piece of shit. I know she is. I know your son is looking at you like you a dirty bastard. I know your nephews is like, damn, Si, you fucked up. They don't want to believe it, but they know in their heart you it's true. You dirty, Si. You are the devil. If I had any doubts before because I wasn't sure because it was 3 people there, I don't have no doubt no more that you set me up. I don't have no doubt no more. You know why? Because not one time did you say, hey, you know what? Immortal Technique had his goons here. What would be the reason for that? Immortal Technique told me that day that he was going to get some answers. He told me he had an army. He's strong in Spanish Harlem. So what was the end result of me talking to Immortal Technique? He didn't do nothing to Bam, as strong as he is. He didn't put Bam on the hot seat. Another question I want y'all people to ask SaNeter. Why did he do a video with Immortal Technique without me? When I was there, he didn't shoot me in them cameras. He said, we ain't pulling out the cameras today. Why wouldn't you want to put Poppy and Immortal Technique on the cameras together? Because if the cameras was rolling, they would have recorded me possibly dying on camera. Because you know why? If I'm sitting up there talking to Immortal Technique and we having a conversation, that means I'm distracted. He's talking to me. It leaves me open for somebody to walk up and hit me while I'm having a conversation with him. It's important for me to tell this story because the world needs to know. If you're dealing with SaNeter, depending on what the situation is, you might possibly lose your life. I would never have young Marcus and young Pharaoh at each other's throat. But you did. Those young boys is the future. I would never give young Marcus, or rather, I would never take young Pharaoh and young Marcus and put them at odds with each other. These 2 young brothers are leaders. 2 knowledgeable young brothers. 2 beautiful black young brothers that is future leaders. You try to put them at odds with each other instead of saying, nah, brother, y'all can't do this. The enemy is watching. This is what they want. That's not what you did. Look at how you treat the people around you. Young Pharaoh, going forever. Surasetti, going forever. Umar Johnson, going forever. These are brothers that's doing some things in the community, that's reaching out and doing hard work in the community. They're enemies to you. You be snaking Shaka Amos, Red Pill. Look at how you treat the people around you. Polite. So is it all of these people? Is it me? Is it us? Or is it you? It can't be all of us. When you having a problem with everybody around you, that's when people got to stop and say, something ain't right with this cat. Something ain't right with you, SaNeter. I mean, nigga. I mean, snake. Something's not right with you. Your handshake ain't matching your smile. I could see this nigga foul. You grimy, SaNeter. I don't feel good about attacking you on this internet. The shit hurts. I don't feel good about none of this. It hurts. I don't feel good about not knowing that another rapper named Immortal Technique could have possibly set me up when I look up to this man. I don't feel good about flipping out on SaNeter verbally, because that's all I really did, expose you for what you did to me. Because I had doubts before on which one of y'all did it, but you're making it clear now. You're making it very clear. I looked up to you, SaNeter. This don't feel comfortable to me. I spoke to your family on the phone, reaching out there. Your family love me. This don't feel good. I don't want your family looking at me sideways. But it ain't gonna stop me from speaking my truth. I'm supposed to swallow the fact that I almost lost my life? People sitting up there talking about, well, why you waited 2 years? It wasn't 2 years, it was a year. Go date back, go look at that on video with Ill Mortal Technique. And ask yourself a question. Why wasn't I in that video? Why did they do a video without me? And act like it was all about Bam, but when you listen to the video, he only spoke about Bam for 2 seconds. To the point where you can't even tell that he spoke about Bam. And that whole video, but all of this was supposed to be about Bam. So you basically had me come out and stand on the street corner when we were supposed to be eating in a restaurant for nothing. Or it was for something. It was a setup. You set me up, dogs. It's clear as day. You set me up. Now, pretty much, you know, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I don't have to. The people that's unsubscribing to you right now because of what you did to me, shout out to y'all, because a lot of people is unsubscribing to you. They're leaving your page. You losing people. You lost people throughout the years. Your views was crazy. People supported you, donated to you. You don't even have a job. They got you driving in a Benz. Nice Benz you pulled up in Bronx River with. And this is how you pay the people back? I'm one of the most important people in New York City. Matter of fact, in America right now, because I'm the only one fighting for child victims. The only one fighting for child victims. And look what you try to have done to me. If I die right now, or if I would have died then, who would be fighting this fight? Oh, he want attention. Yeah, I want attention. I want everybody's attention. And to every child that's being molested safe. That's all the attention that I want. Is that too much to ask for, people? Is that too much to ask for? Do y'all not understand what I go through as a man, carrying this burden on my back? SaNeter, you would really try to discredit me with Bam after you know for a fact? Even Red Pill said in this video, yo, I know people that Bam molested too. I got people coming to me. I seen the video. Everybody knows somebody that says somebody at this point in time got molested by Bam. We all done been through this, but now you backpedaling? Instead of saying, yo, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. See, they ain't no turning back from this, SaNeter. God don't like ugly. You reap what you sow. God don't like ugly. And what you did was ugly. You almost cost me my life. And I'm never going to forgive you for that. You had the opportunity to apologize to me and say, listen, this was a misunderstanding on my part. I don't know about these other two dudes. But I do respect Red Pill for calling me on the phone and telling me what I didn't know. And clearing up some things that, yes, he did see Tafik there. Red Pill said that. Yes, he did see that man there. He did see the motherfuckers across the street. He seen them. You never admitted to it until now. Why is that, SaNeter? And even though you collaborate in my story, you still sit up there calling me a liar. You are the devil. You can see your horn sitting up there with that stupid suit like you on trial. Who you think you playing mind games with? But that's okay. You know what, SaNeter? Because your character is so messed up that you're going to do it to somebody else again. You're going to fall out with somebody else around you again. And everybody that's watching this video is sitting back and saying, you know what? He done did some dirty shit to all of us. Look what you did to Tariq Noel with Polite. Why would you have Polite go at Tariq Noel like that? Why would you allow him to do that? Matter of fact, let me ask you another question, SaNeter. Why would you put that video out with Campy and the Black Spades disrespecting me the way that he did, knowing that Sister Eva came out and made peace with me? You already had that footage for 2 months, 3 months before you released that footage. And you waited for them to for her to make peace to me and reach out and make peace. And then you released the video with them tearing me down after we made peace to put us back at war. Why would you do that, SaNeter? Yeah, you took that video down, but I got it. And I've been holding it for a little while. So that's the next video. That's the next video I'm gonna throw up. Not to go back at the Black Spades, because they came to my aid, they apologized to me, and they standing behind me. The Black Spades are standing behind me. But I'm gonna put that video up, and I'm gonna break that video down and show how you held that video after we made peace with each other, and you released that video, and then called me on the phone saying, yeah, Poppy, that brother was saying that, yeah, you suck dick, you a faggot, and you take it in the ass. You was putting all types of shit in my head. And then you know what I did? I got angry because I thought the video was new. I made a video, said fuck the Black Panthers, the Black Spades. Fuck the Black Spades. And fuck they dead too. I disrespected they dead. Talked about they mamas, wish death on all of the brothers. Even the ones that's family to me, because I said fuck everybody. And went at odds with them until they reached out to their younger brother and pieced it out. And then you know what SaNeter did? When he realized we made peace and everybody was looking at him, he took the video down. Why would you do that, SaNeter? Why would you put me at odds with the Black Spades? After you seen us make peace, why would you do that, SaNeter? That's not the only thing you did. You didn't just cost me my life. You put me at war with my people. Oh, I ain't say nothing about that. Now how you gonna clear that one up? How you gonna clear that up, SaNeter? They asked you to come to record them, and somebody, yes, I give you the benefit of the doubt. Campy said some shit, even though he came back and apologized later too. He had to humble himself to the God. He came back and he apologized, but even still, like I said, that video that you did was 3 months before time. You waited for us to make peace, and you released that video and put us at war. This is what you do, SaNeter. You didn't come out to help me. You didn't give my story life. You didn't give my story life. Doggy Diamonds put this shit together. Doggy Diamonds, shout out to Doggy. He put this shit together. You wasn't planning on touching this story at all. Doggy did this. You jumped on a bandwagon after Doggy put it together, after Tazariak reached out to me. Tazariak was the first one I was dealing with. I heard him talking about it. Tazariak is the one I met up with. Doggy Diamonds put this shit together. And you jumped on board. You was Last Larry. You didn't give life to this. They did. But I do respect, and I am thankful that you came to Bronx River. I am thankful that you put this word out at one point in time. I just don't understand why you jumped ship and tried to set me up. I just don't understand. Why would you want to see me hurt? Me being molested wasn't good enough? That wasn't enough pain for me, SaNeter? So I was supposed to die because I exposed a pedophile? Really? Why did you want to see me in the Black-owned space go at it? Some of them guys raised me as a kid. Why would you want to see me fight in my own family, SaNeter? Why would you do that to me, Sa? That's what the people should be asking you. Why would you do that to me? You collaborated my story already, but calling me a liar at the same time. Now you taking back the fact that you believe me. Oh, if he's lying about this, I'm lying about what? Sa almost died. If it wasn't no police on that corner, it would have been some exchanging going back and forth. I could have lost my life. I was outnumbered. Somebody would have went with me. Or possibly I'd have went to jail for the rest of my life. My children wouldn't have no dad because of you, SaNeter. I'm a father. I'm a damn good father too. You was gonna take my children away from me, Sa? Really? You put me at odds. Or put my back against the wall rather, with my enemy coming to meet you to have lunch. I never got lunch. I was hungry that day too. But I almost got some bullets.
I had a powerful meeting today. First, let me show you my shirt that I just got. Damn, that should have been the name of this bitch. Death to the fucking Negro. In order for the black man to live, the Negro got to die. That's our brother SaNeter. SaNeter sent me that shirt. He seen what was going on. He said, SaNeter, you gotta put this shirt on. But since I left and went out, these niggas is coming from all over trying to attack you, brother. And we see what it is. We see what it's about. If you are smart and you know, we see it's all about hate. It's all about YouTube views. It's all about clicks. Anybody that's smart and intelligent could understand that, will know that this nigga's a liar. He lied on Ronald Savage, family. And I'm going to show you, not just tell you, I'm going to show you. The nigga lied on Ronald Savage. The motherfucker said that he got paid off by Bambaataa. Bambaataa met with his lawyer. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Because this right here proves again that he is nothing but a fucking liar. And I no longer believe his fucking story. I have every right to feel that way. Y'all can condemn me for that all you want to, but I have every right to feel that way. Why? Because now I see what's going on with me. You see? I see how he's lying on me and how he's taking everything personal. And if he really give the fuck about me, he would have called me. Because when he did call me a couple of days ago, he said to me, yes, a couple of days ago, he said to me on the phone, SaNeter, you got the potential to be great, man. I'm not trying to tear you down. You're a great brother. You got the potential to be great. This and that, and telling me all this. I said, Poppy, take the video down if you feel like that. If you don't, leave the motherfucker up. So if you leave it up, cool. I don't care, because it keeps the weak niggas away from me anyway. Those who are never standing by me or believing what I'm telling you, then stay away. Stay over there. I don't care about the views. It's not about the views with me. Understand that. Unsubscribe then, nigga. Let me help you. Let me block you. Why, there you go. You gotta block them. Block them niggas. Block them weak niggas. Don't just delete them. Block them. So, yes, this is what's going on. Y'all gotta read between the lines. We get caught up by sympathy. You know? Of course, we feel bad by somebody being molested. Hell yeah. I feel bad about it. You think I did that shit just for views? No. Because I felt bad about it. You see me? I feel bad about it right now. About anybody being raped or molested. I don't condone that shit. But now, I'm having second thoughts. I'm having second feelings now. I'm feeling that I don't believe the motherfucking story. Y'all can believe it all you want to. But after I see what this nigga's trying to do to me, but all I did was try to help this nigga, I don't believe him. Y'all go ahead and believe him. Guess what? The truth gonna come out sooner or later. And if I'm wrong, goddamn it, I say I was wrong. I have every right to say I no longer believe this nigga. The mistake, let me tell you, I made a mistake. That I made, they always say that there's always two sides of a coin. Right? I always tell you that there's always two sides to every coin. How come we never heard Bambaataa's side yet? But everybody already casting judgment. Everybody already casting judgment. Until you hear one side, and that's just like with this nigga. Y'all only heard one side of the story and everybody threw me under the bus. Now I'm looking at everything else that's going on and I see how Bambaataa is getting thrown under the bus. And we didn't even hear his side of the story. What if we wrong, family? Just something to think about. What if we wrong? Huh? I'm just saying. Because being that the nigga going that route, I have every right to feel the way I feel. This is what he bringing out of me. He brings this out of me. So I have every right to feel this way. 1 minute, we got to read between the lines. You talking all this stuff about what Bam did to you and did that to you. And then in the same goddamn breath, you say, I don't want no harm to come to him. I don't want him to go to jail. So what the fuck is you telling us all of this stuff for? We supposed to go to jail for you? We supposed to stand up and fight for you? I still got love for Bam. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want nothing to go. I don't want nothing to happen to him. I got love for him. Fuck out of here, nigga. I hate you, nigga. I can say that, because I know you hate me. You see? The difference between me and these other niggas is I'm a real motherfucker. And I say whatever on my heart and whatever on my mind, and I don't sugarcoat it for nobody. And that's why niggas hate the ground that I walk on. You understand that? I say my shit with no fear. With no fear. I don't like that nigga no more. Because the nigga is using me for views and he's trying to knock everything we tried to build up. What the fuck I look like loving a motherfucker like that or caring about a nigga like that? Do I have a right? Family, I'm asking you. Do I have a right to swing back if a nigga swinging at me? Or should I just lay the fuck down and die? You tell me. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait in the chat room. Because when you respond, and when the motherfucker respond back, that's when people say, oh no, sir, you wrong, brother. How you doing this? This man I don't know what the fuck he went through. And I don't care. All I care about is what I'm going through right now and what my family going through. You understand? What would you niggas do if somebody just accused you of trying to set them up? Those are serious accusations. Don't you think so? You put that shit over the air and everybody all over the world sees that, when if he really give the fuck about me or he cared, he would have picked up the phone and talked to me. Right? So what does that tell you? That his whole goal, his whole motive is he's looking at all the other haters and seeing how they came up. And he said, damn, I know this was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, close to that, family. Let me remind you again, this whole shit was close to 2 damn years ago. And even after that, I still went to your place, me, by myself. But then Reggie came along with me after I was going. And then I'm listening to his videos, and he said, yeah, he came around here in a nice, fine car, Mercedes-Benz. Is that what this is about too? Is the jealousy really coming out you, nigga? Huh? If you go back and listen to a lot of his old tapes, you will see when the story begins to change. All the nigga trying to do is come up off of my name, and y'all niggas falling for it. Because you got caught up into that spell, the weak sympathy type of spell, the syndrome under that shit. You went under it and you fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Damn. I bumped into brother Ronald Savage today. We outside having a powerful dialogue. Me and Sankofa. And guess who comes right up? The spirit and the energy is powerful. And I'm gonna have Immortal Technique soon. So be on the lookout. Because Immortal Technique is gonna blow this shit way out the water to show you that this nigga lied on him again. Damn. So Ronald Savage came through and he basically damn near wanted to cry. I'm looking at him and I could see the truth in his eyes. I could see the sincerity in his heart. I could see the pureness in this brother. But he lied on my brother. Even when he came out with that tape. Y'all heard him come out with the tape? Playing the tape? That nigga cut it up and spliced it up. Ronald Savage got the original tape. He cut it up. This nigga is a wicked motherfucker, y'all. Trust me when I tell you that. This nigga is wicked. And you want to call somebody the devil. Sorry, nigga. No, you's the nigga. No, you the nigga. This is a wicked motherfucker. I'm gonna speak the way I speak. I ain't got no speak your speech nigga today. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let Umar Clips rest for a minute. The hell I get out of setting this nigga up? What the fuck am I set this nigga up for? Huh? 2.5-year-old story. And even after that, you claim I set you up. I still went to your projects. If you really felt like that, nigga, and you really believed that, you had me right there in the palm of your hands with all of them soldiers right there on the corner. All the BAM soldiers right there. Something happened. What happened? Something happened. What happened? Huh? What happened between now and then? You got mad at me or something? Because I don't no longer talk about that all the time, every time? What happened? I just want to know.
Shout out to my brother Jay Camp out in New Haven, Connecticut, who just had me on a radio show promoting the House of Consciousness, promoting the things that the brothers are doing. There's a lot of unsung heroes and sheroes out here that are doing things that need to get credit for what they're doing outside of the drama or the occasional debates which we have to deal with and other things going on. I wanted to try to tackle some other things and be a part of an integral part of some other things critically necessary in the community. So that's why you haven't just been seeing your brother just always out here, because I can't be at many places at one time. It's against the laws of physics for two things to occupy the same place at the same time. So I've been having to spread myself thin, and it's been a labor of love, and I wouldn't do it no other way if I had an easier way to do it. But then we want to take a critical analysis and a critique on the claims or the allegations that those who are publicly trying to condemn you or make accusations against you, basically besmirch you, okay? Meaning creating a negative image of you in the minds of other peoples who don't even know you. That's a besmirch. So for those who are trying to do that, we want to critique and analyze, because I can say no, and I know you, and I know your family, and I know your kids been in your house broke bread for years. So I know you, and for your right-hand man, if you're such a snake, and such bad. And we had disagreements, you know that, but never on camera. This is what real men do. And not even bad disagreements, but when we disagree, I don't have to go make a video. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I have a rapport with you, and you're an open conversation. You don't hold back no punches. You speak your mind. You're a good listener, and you give your opinion, and you're open for other people's opinion of you. That can happen off camera. So when somebody has to publicly try to say after the fact, long after the fact, all right, if there's a problem like that, that would be considered long, because a situation like that is serious. You know what I'm saying? You act on that in haste. You know what I'm saying? You don't let that build up. You don't attack that way after the fact. Because then other opinionations, other dislikes, other people's opinions, other things that you see can judge or cloud your judgment or the premise that you stand on when you're claiming that this person is a snake, a fake, is or whatever you're trying to say for them in the minds. Publicly, we're doing this now of other people, which is a besmirching. So I want to look at it and analyze it from that dynamic. No, I know you not to be that way. Are you a controversial motherfucker? Hell yeah, you are. That's not a secret. But if that's the case, and you've done so many wrong to people, you deal with more people than the people that claim that you have done wrong to them. Why isn't there so many more people that you know personally saying the same thing? How many people have you affected, dealt with, gave a platform to, a voice that helped propel what they were already doing, or point them in the direction to start to do something that they wasn't even interested in before? How many of them, okay, opposed to the people that show you love? We gotta weigh this on a scale. My art, balance, judgment is the shit we talk. Well, let's apply that in this scenario. How come everybody else isn't coming out saying that? Not with just some he said, she said, but some real, tangible, this for that, undeniable, irrefutable, emphatical facts to just shut you down and prove you to be what they're claiming you to be, which is a snake, a person trying to set somebody up. Because I be watching the videos, and I'm gonna say something else about the brother. Okay, Brother Poppy, very intelligent brother. He's a soldier, and you gotta respect him for coming out, okay, and speaking and taking that stand. It's not an easy thing to do. So he has to be dealing with a lot of stress, and even along some lines of some paranoia, which can cloud your judgment along some lines. Not in every case, but it's definitely plausible to deduce that your judgment could be clouded because you have a lot of enemies. It took a brave man and a soldier to step up, to take that, to come before the world and put that information out on this platform, by the way. You could have just said, nah, I'm not gonna rock with that, but you gave him that on this platform, okay? And it wasn't like you just did this for likes. How many debates, lectures, and views you're getting for so many other things? Like that wouldn't have been a non-factor if you did that, do that, or didn't do that. The backlash wasn't even worth it.
But there are a lot of other people out there who have created channels just based on views, just based off of SaNeter's platform, and based on getting some money.
Those are facts too. So you've helped more than they claim that you've hurt. But the proof is in the pudding and the writing is on the wall. It's just about people looking into things and evaluating things themselves. See, and I'll come back to the brother. You know, so I give him credit where it's due. See, I'm not the type of person, because there's a point of contention, or there's some schism between the brother and you and my brother, and you know I got your back to the fullest, not to give credit where the brother is definitely due, but I'm also going to critique the brother where it's definitely due too, because he's not above critique. He ain't the only soldier out here in the streets. He ain't the only one that been through things. He ain't the only one that get down for the crown. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect for you being a man, a soldier, and having the audacity, the unmitigated gall to take the stand and do what you did, which takes a lot of love at the root of it for the children, and you want to see a change. I do respect you on that, but I also have to respectfully so evaluate where you're coming from and why at the time that you're doing it, and what you're saying publicly, when this could have been addressed. And this is what G's do, this is what soldiers do, this is what real men do. You know what, that thing that happened last year, as you say, or the year before, close to 2 years, or whatever the time frame was, I want to build with you on that. That's just still not sitting right with me. I mean, I don't know, for some reason this is on my mind. You say me dealt with plethora of topics on my channel, which the brother has, and a lot of stuff you see on the channel is official. You know what I mean? I can't front. But when it comes to this specifically, why would you go and publicly crucify or besmirch, that's my word today, which I'm gonna say everything goes off like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Okay, why would you, all jokes aside though, say that when you could have just gave a call to the man and addressed it in a different manner? You know, you said something about in one of the videos about how brother, and this is not just to bang on the brother, I don't do that on the camera. This is a critique, and because it was put out on video or social media for the world to see, me as a spokesman and as a good personal friend of SaNeter and his wife and his family feel obligated to step up to the plate to evaluate it, because SaNeter is not going to be holding the burden of just dealing with all oppositions by himself. That's the whole point of you supposed to be having brothers around you. That's the whole point of you supposed to be having comrades and soldiers. That's the whole point of you having a spokesperson. Once you put something out there, nobody went after you, wasn't nobody thinking about it until that was brought up. And when you call, people gonna answer. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what nobody's street rep is or none of that. Where I'm from, that shit means nothing. You know what I'm saying? In all respect, because like I said, it's not to try to bang, because I don't do the banging on camera. I'm the type, if there's a problem, you can instant message me, you can hit me up, we can meet up in person and deal with things off camera. Just like you said, you know, putting brother Marcus and putting, because a video just came out a few minutes ago, and brother young Pharaoh against each other, and this is what the enemy wants to see. What makes you think the enemy doesn't want to see this? The enemy only doesn't want to see that. The enemy wants to see all of this that we're doing publicly to make ourselves on a collective level look bad to the people watching us looking for knowledge, to the children looking up to us for leadership and role models. And then for the people who don't know, they're confusing them. They just want real brotherhood and unity. And then the opposition sees it and they can, you know how they play their tricks. I don't have to go in, and I refuse to go into COINTELPRO and all this information that most of us already know about. So I'm saying when we're soldiers, we've been in the system, we've been in the streets, we know where oppositions come from, and we know how these tricky motherfuckers play. Trolls, agents, agent provocateurs, and goddamn straight up social media cyber police watching all of this. Why would somebody say that they had flashlights and hammers and they was ready to run up on, and you sent me a year later, a whole almost 2 years later, because he said a year, but for the sake of argument, not to tit for tat over that, even if it was a year, god damn it, I wouldn't wait 2 weeks. I wouldn't wait 2 hours to address that. And if it wasn't, and it didn't sit right with me, what predicated it to dawn on me again after this time to go into the social media route to address it?
Right, but SaNeter did say he did address it that day.
He did.
Initially. But then now it's coming back. But it was addressed. Right. Okay.
It was addressed. But if it was addressed, why couldn't it be addressed again? Because there was no clarity or no closure on that, okay? There was a lot of ambiguity as far as it pertained to the addressing that took place supposedly.
This is very important.
How come you didn't make that call again? Why go right to social media?
After all of that was addressed, I even went to your own projects where Bambaataa was at. So me and Reggie, we went there by ourselves. How come we still went up in there? If
that was the case. My whole thing is, you know, and like I said, the brother's dealing with pain, and I'm sure people come at him, and I'm sure a lot of people come at him, and it's hard to know who to trust.
Right.
This is a fucked up world, and there's a lot of people, agents coming at him too. Probably getting him in his ear, making him think it was Rue that set him up behind the scenes. And then the brother, probably because a lot of things he deal with, he is a soldier, having to really put his thinking faculties on the line and hold up, this did look funny, doesn't mean it always is, could appear to be, especially when you're dealing with a lot of other shit. So as I was saying, you know what I mean, a lot of people coming at the brother, you're reading the comments, the commentary in the videos, you know, a lot of our people, man, we talk that, yo, SaNeter, you just promote disunity, but the people in the comments, and the people who are not on the front line, and the people who are not in the front of this camera, and the people who are not have boots on the ground, most of them are the biggest negative energy feeding vampires that they are. Some of them are agents. There's a lot going on because there's a lot of things that I dealt with. There's a lot of people who I didn't trust, or I had a funny look at, you know what I'm saying? I had to look at them sideways or what have you, because something looked funny. And then I had to sit back and assess things, you know what I mean? And then I had to realize and go into my higher faculty of thought and subside with my emotionalism for a minute so I can basically exhibit better judgment and say, damn, you know what? I might have been wrong. I gotta look at this from another angle, let me dig deep and talk personal to this person. Because one thing I don't want to do is get on this social media platform, right? And talk about some things that we know. If there's cameras right here, if there's cameras everywhere, if there's cyber police, and we know the history between people who are doing things in the community, and you are doing things worthwhile and powerful and beneficial in the community, who would benefit from the negative drama between you two?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To kind of cease all of that, and to have niggas that are looking for, I'm not saying niggas is the way they see it.
Right.
We're kings and queens, the descendants of that trying to tap back into that. But I'm saying for those who see us as negative, ignorant, just pseudo niggas on social media, right? They would benefit from that kind of division, because then SaNeter wants to fall back and not do this no more. It's understandable. You got a family, you know what I'm saying? You're getting older, you're putting in a lot of work, and your people's getting more negative. The more information is getting put out, the more negative and divisive we are. And then that brother on his end of the pendulum, he had to sacrifice, make an ultimate sacrifice and expose some things and put that with people disrespecting him and calling him all kind of names and out of his name and all that. And he a soldier and a stand-up dude and all that. You don't want to be having to deal with that. It can cloud your judgment. You can say something. My thing is, why wait so long? And then after case, if that is the case, why not look at it from just different perspectives? Who set somebody up on 125th Street? We from the streets, we older, you got families, you got a lot to lose, you're a public figure. On top of that, I think you're intelligent enough that if you wanted to set somebody up to get it accomplished, first of all, because you don't want to miss a strike. When you set somebody up, you don't want to miss a target. That's one thing you don't want to do, because they're going to come back and then your children and your family's in jeopardy. So when you really intentionally, hold up, brother.
Sorry, no.
We know you big. All right? But your last name, but your last name is Smalls. All right, so apply the last name right quick, my G. All right? Okay. So you know what I mean? Is you know, the whole thing is, you know, you gotta reach out. I would say reach out to the brother personally. And then if something is funny, or you get some other powerful information. What I mean by powerful is irrefutable information that really validates your point, not speculation, not summing things up, and not you're just saying, well, this had to be that because because if SaNeter, hypothetically, in my opinion, what I deduce from that, wanted to put a hit out on you, I think he's intelligent enough to make that happen, not where he has to eat at. You don't shit where you sleep or eat. Who does that? Now, these ain't no young dudes in their 20s with some beef on social media, being all reckless. If somebody really wanted to get at you, why would they bring you right into Police Central? New York is a police state. Certain blocks, you can get that off, though. You would definitely take somebody to get something to eat. You would definitely get them off the camera, because the cameras would see you on the corner with them. And if you just watch First 48, you already know the cops are going to come up to you and be like, well, we seen you on the camera. There's a controversial circumstances surrounding his murder because, hypothetically, not wishing this upon you, my brother, at all, hypothetically against, because we seen you on the camera, from different angles, and we have time frames that you guys were calling each other. You called him. We even have the text that says, meet me up. And then when he met you up, all of a sudden, XYZ happens to him. And we know that you're a man of controversy, so therefore, you're a person of interest. We're taking you downtown, SaNeter. Who would set themselves up for that? Realistically. Does that make any sense? I don't know if it does, but I'm trying. All right? I'm not the master teacher or nothing. I'm not the guy that knows it all, but I'm intelligent enough and been around enough and been in the streets enough to know how, if somebody really wanted to get you, how they would move. And then, secondly, we would have to ask, what is the motive? What would somebody benefit from that with all the heat that would come as a response? Is there a big payday? Was a bag? You was about to get some bag or something? If somebody was to say that, speculatory. Prove it. You're already doing your thing and been doing your thing. Why do you need a bag for that now? A person that you didn't even know was around until that case, bro. I remember when the thing first popped off, sidebar, but going back to the point afterwards, when our brother Ronald Savage first came on it, because he was on the platform first. Yeah, why didn't you set him up? Hold up. Why didn't you set him up too? Because he came on first. He has a book out. Okay? He was more in the social, he was more on the news and dealing with other people on a bigger platform. And he's still walking around. You didn't threaten him. He didn't come out with, I can see if both of them are saying it, and they'd be like, damn, SaNeter, why they both feel this way? Why do other people that you even talk with on other controversial stuff say that? Because it's not just about, it was because of that. If you're a set-up person, a snake moves like a snake is. A snake sheds its skin. That's just what a snake does, if that was the case. So my case would be motive. You have to establish motive. You have to establish time, place, and condition. Why would somebody do it like that? And then you have to say, if they didn't get you that time, why didn't they try again? Why are you still here if a person tried to get you? You know, murder or the attempt to hurt somebody, because he used the word murder, you can set somebody up to get beat up. But since he used that extreme, vivid idea of murder, all right, which is very extreme, when somebody trying to kill you, they're not going to play with you. You're not supposed to get away. Murder is very personal. You're playing with your life, your loved one's life, your livelihood, and everything, so you're gonna cover all bases and tracks, and you're gonna move smart. People ain't no dummies. And then if that was the case, I mean, just a lot of different things. You went and approached it, why would you say you had this, that? That's talking a lot. And they ain't even trying to purposely disrespect. If you take it that way, I can't help that. I'm a man, I'm gonna speak my mind though. Who's gonna say I had this and that on me and I ran up and if something happens now and you really wanna get at them and you about that life and you gonna smack and do all this and that after the fact, and you know it might lead to that, why would you say that before the fact? Because if so, you're setting SaNeter up, our platform up, and yourself up. After the fact, if you're gonna be talking like that. And if it was real, and beef and murder is personal and very fucking real, you know what I'm saying? I just have to question motives, moves, time, place, condition, circumstances, and a lot of other things out of my intelligent curiosity. Is things that I ponder, that I try to put into perspective to see where the brother's coming from and what I personally deduce, not in totality because I don't know everything to deduce and not in the total, but the brother has been through a lot. He's a soldier, and when you're a soldier, a vanguard, and people are coming at you, there's people coming at him we probably don't even know about. That would fuel a certain kind of attitude about you. There'll be sometimes I be dealing with people and I be looking at them sideways. Just one of them cats was rolling around with me, filming me in Times Square a couple of years back. Remember that? So there be times like people say something funny to me, or I could take something as a slight, or I'll be looking at something sideways. There's a lot more I know about you with people that I'm not even gonna go in on. People calling you up, SaNeter, lying, gossiping, he said, she said, calling up her, saying he did this and that, lying, evil, devil. You know what I'm saying, people? A lot of our people, the problem is there's too many bitch ass niggas, and there's too many nigga ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? And it all stems from negativity. Not saying that about the brother, but the people and the commenters and the people who want to fuel this negativity and want to see something happen. Because believe me, there's a lot of people, I'm gonna say niggas, and I'm speaking to the mentality, not the essence of what we are, which is God, but the nigga low vibration that a lot of us operate proudly and happily off of, right? They would love to see a falling out, just so they can have videos to make money off of it, so they can have something to talk about, just so the gossip can continue. A lot of these people are vicious, evil, and they don't give a damn about no real principle, unity, or nothing. Whereas if they did, we would move different. When you know better, you show better. When you know that there's an opposition watching us, when you know about COINTELPRO, they ain't went nowhere. If anything, they upgraded it. Not only did it not go nowhere, they're here in so many different levels, HD, 3D, and surround sound, sometimes you can't even tell them if they're right in your motherfucking top pocket. That's how serious this is right now. So I'm saying, when you deal with us like that, there's a time when you pull a brother to the side, especially when you're real and you know it might go somewhere else and you might have to make a move. Like the dude from King of New York said, I don't leave no witnesses. Remember Lawrence Fishburne, the role he played? That was my man in the movie too. He said, I don't leave no witnesses. If you was to say somebody, how many witnesses did you leave in Harlem? How many fucking cameras are watching you? How many people that know you seen you? Why would you do something like that? And then why would you not strike and miss? Somebody almost tried to set you up, meaning somebody bust some shots, but you got away. Meaning you got hit, but you lived to talk about it. Somebody stared at you. That person's still alive, ain't no threats on them. But SaNeter, you know what I'm saying? He tried to set you up. That's the easy way out, and I think it's the wrong way to approach it, in my opinion, because we're dealing with things on the lens. And when you deal that, you open up doors for a lot of other things potentially. You know what I mean? Any more questions, bro? Come on, brothers.
With all the traffic flowing through 125th Street, who would be idiotic enough to kill somebody?
With a family, an older brother, with a life, getting money, respected around the world, bigger than he think, people, not even knowing how big he really is, even though he knows how big he is. Why would he do that and sabotage that? And what would be the motive? What would be the gain? These are things that we have to ask. So when a person says that somebody set me up to get murdered, where'd you get murdered from? What if it was a setup and you was about to get a fight? You might say, okay, that's gonna lead to murder because I'm gonna do it down. I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. Is that talking too much? Are you setting yourself up potentially? If you're gonna move, there's people that love you, that depend on you, that people that look up to you, that was in similar situations that you was as a kid, that are looking up to you. So I'm saying, there's a level of, when it comes to as with public figures, that we have to subside from our egos and our emotionalism and deal with things accordingly, rationally, and evaluate things and put them in perspective and line them up. You know what I mean? So, and much respect to my brother Herman Smalls. Very humble brother, good brother, solid brother. He means well, but everything can't just be goddamn this way or that way. It's cause and effect, and certain causes requires certain responses. You know what I mean? Any more questions you got, brother?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to flow on that, and I would say this too in closing, man, because I know how it is to be coming at, and you're right. There's a lot of times I made the wrong decisions and jumped out, but you never see me talking too much on social media what I would do to you. I'll just let you know I'm not no sucker. Like this Boston G right here will definitely bake your beans. You know what I'm saying? There's not no question. It's not trying to be tough. That's just real talk. It's not a threat to nobody. That goes for anybody. Like my brother right here, he got soldiers around him, and I got love for him, and there's a lot of invisible soldiers, that's watching and listening, all right? And there's a lot of invisible police too. So we gotta be smart and move accordingly. We got families, we got mission objectives, and we gotta fight against white supremacy in front of all of us that is fucking bigger than any of our disagreements and miscommunications that we have that we need to work on or just leave each other alone as a result of and continue on the path that we're on. This is serious out here. You know what I mean? And we're such real don't always mean you're ready to get it in. Real means that you use your higher faculties of thoughts and your intellectual prowess and your experiences. Don't we want to be sitting on 6x9 if they make it there, or on some ice in a goddamn morgue in a city examiner's you know what I'm saying, facility, you know what I'm saying, over some nonsense like this? When we're public figures that people are looking up to us that don't even know, that we don't even know is watching us. We are tasked with the task of being maturer, better communicators off camera, and dealing with things as men. And even if it has to come to a situation where sometimes you gotta fight, brother Herman Smalls. What you big for? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I gotta come in on that now.
Damn right. You ain't gonna use none of this when it's necessary?
Okay, yeah. Can I answer it?
Come on, man.
Yeah, now. Yeah, okay, great. Now, you know, y'all better slow. Okay, yeah, thank you.
You learn humility, but you learn to
okay.
yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, can I? You know, the most dangerous men I've studied under, that know how to end life very efficiently. I mean, without even major exertion. Some of the most humblest and sweetest, and it would almost be punk-like brothers. But when they get to that place, but they so far from it because they know how dark and dangerous it is. So they are the ones. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch because they're never close to that because they know what it means to be that. And I just say in warfare ain't about emotion and noise. When you coming in, you are centering yourself. You're directed. All of your motion is efficiency. It's not wild. It's not wasting a thing. So okay, so I take whatever y'all swing. This is the way I roll. But and that's why and I'm on record as being Khalid Muhammad's personal security. He wasn't having no jokes around him because they was getting at that man. That was under Giuliani. They was following him, stepping to us in different situations.
So protection, and if somebody would have ran up on Khalid, you was taxed with the task of doing what?
Exactly, but I can only do it by keeping myself cool, calm, and collected in heated situations. You know, sometimes in all the movie, the American Gangster, one of the lines a lot of people forgot, sometimes the loudest man in the room is the weakest man in the room. You can be moving. The loudest man in the room is the weakest man in the room. Oh, here we go now. No, SaNeter, ain't no sample in this. The loudest man in the room is the weakest man in the room. If you want, I'm gonna get some credit on that if you sample. But you know what, but brother, and you know what? As I used to say, I understand you. I'm not just a warrior. He know what I was saying is the code, but not that the code works in every setting. But you try to move as close to that code as possible.
That's why we're saying. That's why, and you're right, and much respect, okay. But that's why I am saying. But the same way, you know, some people that's deadly. There's a time when they have to respond, and they don't just go. All right, for the kill, they're usually, that's why it's called self-defense, not self-offense. Right. So in self-defense, you have to defend self. Self-defense shouldn't always be a physicality. Exactly. There's a self-defense intellectually, or a self-defense where you have to defend yourself with a little bit of aggression, but not too much. But just to get your point across, and you know how we're doing when you're meeting somebody very aggressive, and you got people's children and wives worried about their kids walking down the streets, my brother. How do you address that? How composed are you supposed to just always be when it just happened? He didn't go off the top and say, nigga, when I see I'm gonna do this too. He didn't say, I'm not even doing that. We talk strong because that's that spirit that's in me. I don't just always talk, and I didn't even say it's drum. I said we need to try to resolve things and kind of some peace because there's greater oppositions and greater fights that we need to be focused on. I didn't say anything wrong, Brother Herman. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm trying to be as humble as you. Maybe I need to read your book if you write one and give me a few pointers on that, okay? Because I'm still growing and evolving.
We both are.
And I got love for my brother, so the love is a passion, but I'm not reckless. I managed to throw in a few dashes of humor. You know what I'm saying? I've managed to talk and put things in perspective. Am I not right? Maybe I'm missing out. I think I did.
No, you did.
So I didn't think I just went to the left because I am tasked with the responsibility as a brother, as a son, as a father, as a comrade, and as a person, as a community figure that's respected by people and doing things on them. And I'm about to leave town now and go handle things, doing the work on the ground. See my bag right there? I have to be responsible in how I speak to people and how I engage with things because there are people listening and I don't want people to have the wrong impression. Even though regardless, sometimes you can't do nothing to help that.
Sometimes you can't.
But we gotta speak strong when it's necessary. You defended Khalid. When you was defending Khalid, and Khalid spoke very strong, I didn't come to pin the tail on a donkey. I came to pin the tail on a honky. He said this right quick. He said, for all you agents out there, I hope they take you, boil you, burn you, and take your ashes and flush them down the toilet. You was probably standing right there. You know, we went up to Khalid and said, Khalid, we can't be talking to the people like this. We can't be, have to be this way, and we have to be that way. Yeah, so hold up. Just like Malcolm X, when he was in front of his family, black people who he let in that he thought was the community that had no good intentions, snake niggas. Hold up. They stood up and killed that man in front of his wife who was pregnant, in front of his babies, and in front of the whole community and the world. You see what I'm saying? So is there a time to be a little bit aggressive? Is there a time to be alert? We're not trying to be on no get your hand out, set ourselves up, because when you know better, you show better. When you already have the answers to the test, how the fuck you fail the test when you already got the answers? You already been studying the answers in the back book for 40, 50 years. How you feeling nowadays? So I do believe that there's a balance in things. The first response should always be to try to dissolve and resolve. Conflict resolution is what a lot of our people need to learn, and even including myself on another level. As I grow and mature, there's room for learning, there's room for improvement, and damn Lord knows I do need that. But I don't think I'm way off. I don't think SaNeter is wrong, and it's not a topic that we're going to stay on because there's so many other things to talk about. There's so much going on in the world, and there's so many other people seeking knowledge, and this platform consistently gives it to them longer than anybody else and more teachers than anybody else. Not to say nobody else is bad. I'm gonna give credit to where it's due for our platform and respect to the other platforms and the people that are visionaries that want to create platforms and do the things that you say that we're not doing. Instead of condemning, take it to another level then. Okay, because there's gonna become a time when we're ancestors. We talk about our ancestors, but we're gonna be ancestors. Do you want to be an ancestor dead and shot up or in jail in vain? Or you want to be an ancestor that died and went out for a noble cause if he must? That's the kind of ancestor I want to be. We have to ask ourselves, what is more important? You have to ask yourself, what is more important? The world, the world that we was left to inherit by our ancestors, or us as ancestors, the world that we want our children to inherit from us. We have to really consider what we're doing and what we're saying. We have to look at the bigger picture. Peace, Brother Ron Savage, right? Now, we're gonna go into it. I'm gonna let him take the mic. But initially, and for the people, just for the record, not for nothing, not to toot my horn, but initially, I'm the one.
And I don't know what's going on. I just got here.
All right. Hold on. Listen, let me finish. I'm the one who initially set it up. You didn't even probably know that, for the interview to happen. I was the brother who was like, yes, right. And I came up the block and said he's down the street, and there was a brother saying that they wanted to interview you. I was the one who told you to tell him to come up here. We want to interview him. That's right.
There was another down there, he was like, yes, SaNeter want to interview you. I wasn't.
That was me who hooked that up.